Hi, my name is Melinda Updike, and I'm going to teach you about the Ben Nye makeup kit that your child will have to use for CYT. This is what it looks like. Inside there are 11 elements that we'll use for different shows. We start with the base, just this right here. The wedge, which we will apply it with. The palette, which includes the highlight, the shadow, the rouge, and the lip color. And all of that is listed on the back, so you'll know which is which. We have the brush, which we will apply the things from the palette. We have the eyeliner. And then we have finishing powder and puff. And the last item is the stipple brush. You probably won't use this too often. It's usually used for making 5 o'clock shadows for boys or girls that are playing boys, or sometimes we use it for abrasions and injuries if we have a need for that. So when you first get your kit, it's very important to take every element out of the box and mark it with your child's initials. Everything, even the puff, a little Sharpie, you can mark on that. On the brush, you can take a piece of tape and write on the tape. The only thing that you're going to be replacing constantly are these wedges, and you can get those for, at Walmart or Meijer or Target to replace those, because after it gets like this, you don't want to keep using it again. And you can't actually mark these, but everything else, and a lot of these items have 2 pieces, a top and a bottom. Go ahead and mark the top and the bottom, because you will not only be using this at home, sometimes the makeup committee will ask you to bring it to a show, and the children have to bring it into the makeup room with us, and we will open up an item, set a lid on the counter, and if yours is the unmarked container, we don't know which part goes to which part. The ones that have their markings on them always get returned to the students because we know who they belong to. Also, just a caution not to share makeup, particularly the eye products. That is just something we try not to do. It's just safer for your children if they use their own makeup kit, and don't let other people use it. Everybody should have their own kit. Also, another thing the makeup committee will ask you to do is have a cover-up. You'll need this for several things when your child eats, to cover up their costume, but they will also need it in the makeup room to cover up their costume when we apply it, so that it won't get onto the costume. So you're going to need the makeup kit, a headband, a cover-up, and your own package of wipes. That's another thing that we ask you to purchase on your own and provide for your child, and again, mark these as well. And then you'll be good to go. So, the first thing that you're going to need to do is you will need to take your child, and the best place to do this is near a window that has a lot of good exposure light, maybe a patio door, something where you have a lot of light so you can see what you're doing. First thing you want to do is wipe their whole face so that it's clean, free from oils, because we're going to apply this makeup, which is a cream base. So the cleaner the face is, the easier that's going to go on. The kit that you receive will actually last through several productions. Each production has about 4 shows, so you could probably get through an entire year of shows with the one kit, depending on what the shows are and what kind of makeup, how heavy the makeup is. This is Evan. He's going to help me do the makeup video. So first I'm going to make sure his face is all clean. Just go across it with the wipey. Get him all cleaned up. And he has wonderful short hair, so we don't have to pull it back, but you will probably need a headband to hold hair back that's longer than this to keep it out of the makeup. Okay, so I'm going to take my base. I'm going to use the wedge that's provided. And what I want is a good solid cover of the makeup, which is why you want to do this near a light, because otherwise if you're doing it just in light from a lamp or an overhead light, sometimes it can be very splotchy looking, which you can't see until you go out into a very brightly lit area, which the stage always is. So you can see that the color is darker than his normal skin, which is good because when they get on stage, those lights are so bright that they really wash out your skin. Go over the eyebrows, the eyelids, every nook and cranny. Making a nice, even coverage. Go over the lips, over the nose. And depending on your child's costume for each show, will depend on how far down the neck you will go. Sometimes a costume will dip lower than this. You'd want to take the makeup all the way down so you don't have a variance in color. Go ahead and do under the chin. Sometimes we even have to do ears if they show a lot. You're doing great. Does it tickle?
Yeah,
it does.
Like, when my mom put it on,
Yeah?
I really wanted
Did
to
it make you
scratch
laugh?
Yeah, it made me want to scratch my mom.
Oh, scratch, yes. It does feel a bit itchy, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Okay. All right. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the shadow, and again, the names are on the back, so no confusion there. I'm going to get a little bit of the brown on my brush, and I'm going to draw a line on either side of his nose. Now, the reason we're doing that is, again, the lights are so bright, it actually washes out natural shadows, so we have to actually put in a fake shadow on the face. And this is one of the areas that we do this. Another area that we do that is on the cheek. We put a line where just under the cheekbone to highlight the cheekbone. If he was playing a young child, we wouldn't need to do that because children tend to have chubbier cheeks. But as an adult, you need this line here and here. We're not leaving these lines here, but that's the preliminary makeup that you need to put on. We do the same thing under the chin because, again, there's a natural shadow under his chin, but under the light, that gets washed away, so we need to create that shadow. So along the jawline, underneath, we're doing a little line all the way back. Now, you'll take your wedge, and what you're doing is you're going to blend that out. So starting with the line on his nose, I'm going to take the edge of my wedge and basically I'm pulling back and I'm wanting to create almost a triangle shape, so it will turn out starting here, it's going to go down this way and here. But I don't want to be able to see that line when I'm done. I just want to see a triangle kind of shaped shadow on his nose. Because that's what the natural shadow looks like.
Oh, it tickles.
Does it tickle?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Especially on my eye.
Oh no. Okay, I'm going to do that on this side as well. Okay, so the important thing on those lines is to make sure it's up here on the bridge of the nose, not down here. This is where it ends. It should not go onto the face. It ends where the nose or where the face starts to flatten out. And you don't want it any lower than, I don't know if you can see this, but his nostril is right here. You don't want to go lower than the nostril. You're just trying to create that shadow that goes on the bridge of your nose. Okay, and then for his cheek, same thing. We're gonna blend that out so it looks just like a shadow. You can't see that line anymore. There's a small shadow there now. All right, then we do the same thing with the line under the chin. You don't want to be able to see that line, you just want to see a hint of a shadow underneath. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, so you'll need to clean out your brush, and I don't know if you can see this by mashing it and spinning it around to get all the fibers, get all the colors off of the fibers. Probably can't see that. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to go into the highlight, and I'm going to go just down the center of the nose, put a light strip, And you can use your finger to kind of blend that in a little bit, which that again helps highlight the nose. Also, I am going to put a little bit of highlight at the top, top of the eye. Just the eye. And then we can, I should have done this before, but I didn't. The shadow also goes on the eyes. Close your eyes. If this is just a regular face, this is what you would do. This just the regular dark shadow. Boys and girls get the brown shadow on the eye. Go. And it's kind of an almond shape over the eye. There we go. Okay.
It makes my eye tickle.
Does it? Okay. And while we're doing the eye, we'll take the eye liner, and this is the least fun for the actor to do because it feels like a pencil is going to be jabbed into their eye. So we asked them on the top lid to close their eye, and we found it's easier if you stretch the skin by pulling the eyebrow up, and while they've got their eye closed, go along the top of the eye like that. And then do the same on this side. You're doing great, Evan. Just above the lash line. Okay. And then, this is the tougher part, you need to open your eye. And on this one, we pull down here. Go ahead and open your eye. This is the harder part. You go under, go ahead and open your eye, under the lash line. There we go. Good job. Oh, you did good. Now let's do the other side. You're going to pull down on the skin to tighten the skin. It makes the pencil go across easier, like that. Don't be surprised if your child's eyes start to water because it tends to want to do that. Okay. Oh, also while we have this pencil out, we covered all of the skin with the base, so including the eyebrows, and now we're going to go back in and just pencil them in lightly, just to make them show back up both sides. There we go. And then you're going to use the rouge color, and it's actually the lighter of the two reddish looking colors in the palette. You're going to take your wedge, and for a boy you wouldn't need as much as you will for a girl. You just want them to look like they've gone out into the sun and gotten kissed by the sun. So it's just a healthy look, not to look like they're wearing any kind of rouge or anything. Dab a little bit on, and then if you can find a clean side of your wedge, just kind of blend that in, make it look like they just went outside. Got some sunshine. Okay, here we go. And then the last element in the palette is the lip color. And it's not supposed to look like they have lipstick on. It's just supposed to replace what our natural lip color is. Our lip color is not the same as our face color. So it's just supposed to look like a natural color. So open your mouth just a little bit. It doesn't have to be big, just a little. There you go. Yeah. Just cover the lip. So some people have plump lips and some people have thin lips. The application is basically the same, just takes a little more makeup for the bigger lips. You just want to follow the natural line of the lip. There we go. And that's done. Now the final step. This is all the makeup has been applied. You're going to take the powder and you're going to take the puff. And we found the best way to apply this. Put the puff on top. Pump it upside down, hold it tight, turn it back the other way. And then I want you to close your eyes, and I'm going to puff a few times. This spreads it evenly. We've tried brushes and it kind of blots, so this is the most even spreading. And that's it. Makeup removal. There's several things that you can do. We recommend wipes. The facial makeup wipes you can get any of the stores. You can use a baby wipe, but the ones that are made specifically for the face are really good. You can get a liquid makeup remover that works as well. Baby oil works the same way. The most complete removal is probably in the shower after the show is over. So you'll want to, The kids will probably remove it at the end of the show and they go home and do the final makeup removal later before they go to bed.